Hey Kentucky everyone, well I know what it's like when you're hosting Christmas parties, that you need some tips and tricks for all about what extra to serve and something maybe a little bit out of the box. I'm in the kitchen with Alison Davis from Wild Thyme Cooking, our resident cook. Welcome back to the show, my friend.
I'm happy to be here.
Okay, Christmas is upon us.
It sure is.
We are doing Christmas
Crazy.
tips and tricks for food and entertaining.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes. So it's all about just simple, elegant dishes that you can pop in the oven or you can whip up and then you can take and just really kind of almost wow your guest or your friends.
Alison, I have to say to you, this next dish that you're just about to make, tell everyone what it is.
It is a Brie on Croute.
Oh, I cannot tell you. It is one of my favourite things, but I can never cook it because I'd eat the whole thing at home on my own. And that's why I look the way I look.
Stop,
it's not
great.
good. Okay, of course, we're over here at Creative Kitchen, and Bath's in the most fabulous place where until your kitchens are all ready, we're using theirs.
I mean, look at this backsplash. Are you kidding me?
All right, where do we start? Pastry, obviously.
So we are not making puff pastry. It is extremely difficult to make. It's layers of dough and bread, which is what
But that is puff pastry.
This is, but we buy it in the store.
Oh.
Yes.
I didn't think you'd... Oh, so you're saying you would hand make puff pastry?
No one makes puff pastry.
Oh, I was going to say, I don't think I've ever seen that.
No, that's what I'm saying. We buy puff pastry, but it's layers of this dough with butter, which is what makes it so flaky, so that when it cooks, it just puffs up, and that's why it's called puff pastry.
Okay.
So one thing, though, I'm prepping a few things before we wrap our Brie and puff pastry.
What are we prepping?
I want to put a little topping, some lovely flavors in with it. So what I'm doing right here is I am caramelizing some almonds. And this is just blanched, slivered almonds, and we have a little bit of white sugar in there. And you can see how it's starting to
change color. It looks like toffee.
Yeah, so what happens is the sugar starts to break down and it goes back into kind of a caramel, and that will coat the almonds to where it will be beautiful and crispy and sweet and just
okay, do you need to put a little bit of water in there to make...
No, that's what a lot of people will put butter or something like that in with their almonds, and I say no, I just do sugar and just do sugar by itself, because if you do add the butter, I think it almost gets like that sugar daddy candy effect where it's like gummy and you're like chewing it gets stuck in the back of your teeth. When you do it just with the sugar, you still have the crunch of the nut and it's not like gummy.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
So these are pretty much caramelized. We've still got a little bit of sugar crystals, but we're going to go on. And I'm going to take our Brie and just put it right in. Well,
a whole Brie.
The whole Brie.
Oh my gosh.
But I have just this cranberry relish. I picked this up at Trader Joe's, but you could use an apple butter or say like a cranberry preserves, chutney, something like that. So you put that on.
Chutney would be perfect.
Right.
Hey, I want to ask you, before you get to that part, can I use any type of camembert? Like a blue cheese maybe? Or
as long as it is like a Brie, like wrapped like this.
But you can have any flavor.
All inside, absolutely.
Okay.
I've seen like some truffle ones.
Oh, that's what I'm getting at. You don't just have to use a plain one.
No.
Okay.
So we took our almonds, we took the relish, and then we're just going to take that Brie and just sit it right in there. I am going to reserve a little bit of our puff pastry, and I'll show you what we're going to do with that.
You sounded very Marsha Stewart then.
Oh, well.
Reserve.
All right, tell her I'm ready. So then we're just going to take the puff pastry and start just wrapping it around the Brie. See how easy that is? It just, once you let it come up to room temperature, you just wrap it
How long do you leave that out for?
Typically it comes frozen, so you need to let it get nice and soft. So I'd say about 25 to 30 minutes just at room temperature.
Okay.
And then there we have, wrapped, ready to go.
Oh, so you put it back upside down?
Yeah, so that's why we have the cranberry and the almonds on top.
Of course.
So when we cut it, that's on top.
Okay.
So
you obviously tell at home that I don't know how to cook. So I just go along with whatever you're saying.
We're working on it.
We're working on it. But I do ask important questions, I think.
You sure do. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just making a little bit of like a topping. So I'm just taking that leftover puff pastry and just kind of cutting some leaves.
I'll look at you making it all fancy.
So I'm going to take it and just kind of score that so that we have like a little leaf action.
Oh, wow.
And then that is basically kind of ready. You could keep going and just ready to go in the oven.
And I noticed you put a little bit of salt.
That's a little sugar, actually.
Oh, sugar.
But the one final thing and the most important thing is a little bit of egg wash. And you just kind of brush the top of
Yep.
your pastry, especially your leaves, because that's going to give you a beautiful golden brown coloring.
Beautiful. So let's pop that in there. And abracadabra,
Boom.
we've already got one made. And oh my gosh, I am telling you, can we cut that open?
Go
I'm
for
going to
it.
tell
And
everyone.
We don't even have our
I'm going to
French
tell
bread, but we have cheese, and that's all we need.
Okay, well, I'm going to tell everyone to head over to WTVQ.com/Midday Kentucky to find the recipe and all the information you need to do. To find out about Wild Time Cooking Schools as well, they have lots of information on their website. Alison,
I'm not sharing.
we'll be right back after this break. Oh, you really are sharing.